Alright, here we are for part number 2, trimming up the mat. It's always a good idea to start with a brand new single edge blade. I have my 8-foot edge here. What you want to do is take your spring clamps, clamp this down as wide as you can get it on both ends. Kind of look down the edge. Try to get a whole entire good edge on it and clamp them down, and then take your new blade, run it right down the edge of it, peeling as you go. And it peels off just like so. Like I said before, this mat's going to be a 16 by 83. We're going to trim this mat to 16 and a half by about 84. And then once we lay all the wires in it, then we can trim it down to the full size of 16 by 83. Flip over your edge and measure over 16 and a half on your straight edge. Until it's just right. And hold it, put another spring clamp on it. And go down to the other end and do the same thing. 16 and a half. Put another spring clamp on it. I like to do one right here, just to make sure it hasn't bowed. This one's bowed a little bit. And just run your razor blade right down the edge of it. And one very important tip is to try to trim it before you peel it off of here, because it's really hard to hold, and it's still semi stuck down to your bottom plate. As you can see, we got a lot of waste. Just throw that away. Take your straight edge off. Take your framing square. The same thing. Make it as long as you can. Spring clamp it down. Come down here and do the same thing. I'm going to make this one approximately 84 for now, and then after the final trimming, it'll wind up being 83. More scrap. Take your framing square off, and it's still stuck down pretty good. It's peeled off. Try to go kind of slow because it's still somewhat soft, and then it'll cure once it's out in the air a little bit more. This is going to be your finished side, the side that's going to be seen once the mat is done. And it's sticky still, but it should be fine. Looking at it, I see one little void. Must have had some air in it. Show you what I mean. One little tiny void, but that could be repaired. No big deal. But nice and smooth. And talk a little bit more about my plate here. Just 3/4 inch MDF with some flashing off of a roof. It's glued and screwed on down on down here on the ends, and that makes it really nice and slick. As it doesn't stick, but it's just enough whereas it will hold it in place, and it's nice and smooth. And then once this cures a little bit more, we will hook up the jig and run some wires. This was part number 2.